Hello and welcome to this tutorial. If you're getting married soon, congratulations. In this video, I'll show you how to build your very own wedding website using Wix, one of the easiest platforms out there. So a wedding website helps to keep everything organized and stress-free, and no tech skills are required. Wix is a super popular website builder that lets anyone, and I mean anyone, create a beautiful, professional looking site without needing to write a single line of code. So to get started, you can either come here or here. If you've got an account already, all you need to do is log in, but if you don't, you'll need to get started by clicking here. And once you do that, you'll be given a couple of options to sign up with. So you can either sign up with Google, Facebook, or just type in your email, confirm your email, choose a password and confirm it. To continue, you're going to be asked, who are you creating a website for? So you can select any of the options here, but for this tutorial, we're just going to skip. Next, you're going to be asked, what type of website do you want to create? Then there are a couple of options here. So this just helps them tailor your experience to your needs. But we're just going to skip this. Now, you're being asked, what would you like to call your website? So you can just enter a name here. So let's call it Daniel. Let's assume Daniel and Grace are getting married. Then you can click on continue. Next, you're going to be asked a couple of questions like, what are your goals for this site? And a couple more, but we're just going to skip this so we can just take a look at the dashboard. So let's just click on skip. Of course, there are more questions, so we're just going to click here. Alright, so now I'm inside the Wix dashboard, and this is basically your command center. It's where you manage everything related to your site. Just in the middle here, you can see that Wix is giving some suggestions like update your site type, connect a custom domain, design your website, get found on Google, and all the other things here. But since our focus is on creating a wedding website, we're just going to come up here. You can see that the name we typed in is already here, but we can click on create new site if you want to create a new one. So let's do that. Once you do that, you're going to be asked the same questions. So we're just going to go ahead and skip these questions. All right, so here's what happens when you do that. It just takes you through the exact same process. So you can just add the name of the site and then click on continue and then proceed with the next steps. But since we already started, we already added a name. So let's just go to the one we created. So you can just come up here, click on my site. You can see the ones that I've already created. So let's go with Daniel and Grace, since that's the name we chose earlier. Alright, so the next thing you want to do now is just click on design site. So here you've got two options. You can generate a design with AI, get a personalized site design in seconds, which basically means Wix will ask me a couple of questions and then automatically create a wedding website based on my answers. The second option here is to customize a template. This lets me browse through thousands of professionally designed templates and then choose one I really love and tweak it however I like. I'm going to go with this because it's going to give me a bit more creative control. I also want to show how easy it is to start with a design that's already beautiful and then make it your own step by step. So let's go for pick a template. Alright, so here you can see all templates, if you want blank templates and all of that. And then when you scroll down, you see that you've got tons of templates. So you can easily just pick one that you want. But if you want to narrow down this search a bit, you can simply just come here and then type wedding website. Do you see that you've got some really nice templates to choose from? So now all of these are related to weddings, of course, as you can see. Now all you need to do is just choose one that's gonna fit what you're going for. Okay, so once you find something you'd like, you can just click on it. If you're not sure of how it looks yet, you can just click on view. This looks really nice, so let's go with this. Now we want to further customize this, so let's click on edit this site. Excellent. Now we're inside the website editor. Over here on the left, you can see that you've got a bunch of tools to help you build and manage your site. So first you've got add elements. This is where you can add individual pieces to your page like text boxes, images, buttons. Got some other things here. You can embed code and you can think of it as your design toolbox for adding the little things that make your site yours. All right, so let's start editing, shall we? First off, let's change this to Daniel and Grace. So that's the name we started with. So let's just change it so we can choose edit text. Okay, Daniel and Grace. As you can see, once you do that, it just opens up lots of options here. So there are things you could change. Yeah, so you've even got effects here. Now that that's done, here you can see that you've got the different pages. So if you want to go to a particular page, you can scroll down or just quickly click on the page. You go home, you go our story, when and where, RSVP, and contact us. Okay, so now let's change this image. So what you want to make sure that the image is selected. So you can just change the background here, and here you've got some other options: layout, design, shape dividers, and the rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this background. So just click on this. So here you've got options to add an image or even add a video. So let's click on image. Yeah, so this is where you can upload images if you've already got some in your computer, or you could get from Shutterstock, Unsplash. For this tutorial, let's just go with some images from Wix. So let's type couples. Once you do that, you get a couple of images related to couples. So let's go with this one. So just click on change background. So you're going to be asked to choose a domain to save your site. So let's go with the one suggested here. Click save and continue. We don't want to publish now, so we're just going to close this. All right, so as you can see here, the background got changed, but this photo is still in the way. So if we want to get rid of this, we can just select it, and then you see an option to manage columns. So if you just click on manage columns and then click on delete, so it's going to delete everything. And then what you can do is change the background again. So you can simply just come here, repeat the process. Yeah, and as you can see now, that's our main background and it looks really nice. And now we can move things around a bit. If you want to bring this down, and remember, this is kind of like a call to action. So you can easily just change the text if you want to. If you want something different here, you can easily do that. We're just going to leave that. This doesn't really stand out, so we can just get rid of it. Now, if you still want to add some text here, we can easily just go to elements, remember? Yeah, because that's where you find your text. And here you've got some really nice options. So this is what it's going to look like. And you can even change the font style if you want. Let's try something bold. Okay, come here and change the text a bit. So there's an option to edit the text. And of course, you can do the same with the other pages. You can write your story here, just edit the text. Of course, this would be Daniel and Grace's story. Then down here, we can just change this to Daniel and Grace. Now, if you want to change the title of a page, you can easily just go to Pages and Menu. Yeah, here you've got Home, and if you click on these dots here, you can see that there's an option to rename. If you want to change this title to, you can do that. If you also want to duplicate a page, you can do that too. You've also got Contact Us, so that's a really nice feature. And remember that you can always edit these. You can also come here, change the phone number here. And don't forget that you can change the color of the text if you want to. Perhaps if you change the image and you want something that matches the image, you can just click on edit text. Then you see a bunch of options. You even have effects here. So if you want to change the color, just click here and you can easily just change the color. Now, if you don't want to worry too much about the individual colors, you can just come to site design and then just find a theme for it. So you've got some options here already. Let's try this. So you can just click on it and it changes. You can also use this. If you want something like this too, you can go for it. So this option actually looks nice. So let's go with this. And don't forget to always save your work. Yeah. And if perhaps you want another section, you can do that here. Just click on add section and you can create your own section. Okay, now let's see what our site looks like. So just come to preview. So this is exactly what our site's going to look like. So you can scroll down, look at the different pages. You can see the effect is also there. If you want to see the mobile view, you can use this. This is what it's going to look like in a phone. All right, so that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.